Okay, I'm capturing still images of Amazon Prime that is engaging in a sex offense by coming onto the grounds. They're also engaged in Title 18, Section 2261A, subsections 1 and 2. Recall the video documentation of Amazon Prime pacing all around the property as I returned to Alvarado Gardens last Tuesday in the morning, and the fake sun is over me while Amazon Prime is group stalking, and that fake sun is over me while I'm in the parking lot adjacent to this vehicle, and they're monitoring me in the morning, and they're monitoring now. And this is speaking to the fake sun that is in alignment with me in the same way that it is while Amazon Prime is group stalking, as I documented last Tuesday after the fake sun remained over me going to the SSA, the federal venue, the Social Security Administration, where the fake sun remained over me, where this population engaged in a sex offense via directed light, a bunch of demons molesting you with engineered light while they're monitoring a group stalking you, exhibiting obsession by a demon-possessed population, by the way. And then I returned to Alvarado Gardens, and Amazon Prime is group stalking, and they're exhibiting hostility, threatening, and group stalking with the demon Gabriel Arriaga Carbajal. If you'll recall the record, just go reference the documentation. What you will see is the fake sun that's over me as I arrive to this property, which is speaking to the targeting and the impunity that Amazon Prime as a third-party company is exhibiting while they are both group stalking and engaged in federal stalking on the venue of the internet in violation of existing federal laws, engaging in a sex offense in doing so, and they're also exhibiting malice and impunity while they are fully apprised of the record where they are heavily documented engaging in surveillance and federal stalking on the venue of the internet as the people of the state engaging in the commercial means of terrorism in the United States. Amazon Prime knows exactly what's spoken about it. That's why I've documented the ongoing pattern within the pattern. Those demons will arrive engaging in acts of hostility, threatening my life with the demon stalking in helicopter, and this occurs after I document, which is also already on the record. So you'll reference documentation where I've documented Amazon Prime. Those demons will arrive, engage in the P.O.C, often with the demon stalking in helicopters. You're not doing anything other than group stalking in the specific environment, and they're engaging in the P.O.C at this property in the morning under the fake sun with and communicating a threat to my safety and well-being, intentionally doing so, group stalking with the entity that engaged in assault and battery. They go out of their way to communicate that you're looking at the ultimate psychotic behavior by those who are passive aggressive. This is a psychopath that's obsessed with you, is a sex offender, consumed with what's going on with your genitalia and your personal life and everything going on with you, keeping their back to you while wanting to look like you're doing something else. But the federal government, the federal judge is going to provide what is justice in this case, and also the entire world that's witnessing it is under no circumstances deceived. You understand how Satan works, the conduct, the character of Satan, and also the demon possessed. And they wear Amazon vests, group stalking as an entity. And this is nothing other than the same pattern of conduct absent the Amazon Prime logo. The same crossing a path, the same demonic audible activity creation, the same pattern of conduct in the same exact environment. Amazon Prime is fully engaged in that state's pattern of conduct while you're looking at another demon engaged in the P.O.C, and doing so by delivering a package is no deviation from that state's P.O.C. Amazon Prime is also heavily documented group stalking with LAPD and every other corrupt law enforcement agency, by the way. There are many who are going to federal prison. It's already on the record. So the entity is engaging in what is ongoing impunity while group stalking at 5:43 p.m. Where the fake sun is still over me, just like it was last Tuesday while Amazon Prime went out of its way to communicate a threat to my life and my safety, group stalking with the entity that engaged in assault and battery while in this parking lot after going to the Social Security office where a fake sun followed me and remained over me in its zenith from this property back to this property, and Amazon is carrying props. Those demons like to wear badges, bear logos, and carrying packages while they're group stalking and monitoring you. This is a company, by the way, that is fully engaged in the service of Satan. They're hiring the demon possessed, and as you'll see in the images, they're group stalking with those under the age of majority. That's what Tiffany Sherez's 15-year-old daughter is doing. And unfortunately, that mentally disturbed young lady needs a lot of help, and she's going to get it. And it's going to start with separating her from Tiffany Sherez, who is not only a threat to herself, she's a threat to her children, she's also a threat to the public. And this 15-year-old child is engaged in what is exhibiting a very threatening level of mental psychosis while she's engaging in the demonic behavioral pattern and stalking at such a young age. She's a young lady. She shouldn't be stalking a grown woman. She shouldn't be doing so with her younger siblings. She shouldn't be mirroring what her mother is teaching her to do with the people of the state and what the government is also teaching her to do. She's doing it in sync with the LAPD. She's engaging in what is a sex offense. And this is what is sponsored by companies such as Amazon Prime. And you're looking at demonic pacing with Amazon Prime in the images that I capture, and they're doing it in the environment, and all Amazon Prime is doing is bearing a logo. That's it. Okay, so that's draining the pockets, and they're not different from what Speaker Companies is doing. The only difference, I happen to be an employee of that third party company that's targeting me. Everybody for Speaker Companies that works they're all going to federal prison. Just like everybody that lives here is going to federal prison. Okay, it's currently 5:45 p.m. on this day in 2022. The entity's keeping a fake sun under me, which is over me, which you can see through the window of the Paul Bryan Library, which is how you know what this is. This is a demon that's crossing path. And this is speaking to what the whole third-party facilitating venue, Silverview Townhomes, is engaging in on a 24-hour basis. And they will be prosecuted for the terrorism and the sexual that they are facilitating and acting in sync to, with knowledge of the fact that it's being documented. That is a terrorist and a sex offender and a group stalker that knows that it's being exposed, knows that you are enforcing your rights, and will demonstrate through the virtue of my capturing the evidence that you under no circumstances had any intention to ever cease engaging in that life-threatening, terrorizing conduct, which is in violation of existing laws. It's un-American. You'll be deported if you're not a natural-born citizen. You will be subject to federal prison if you do so in sync with the government. And I want to be clear, Silverview Townhomes, do not think that you are outside of the bounds of going to federal prison just because you're not at Alvarado Gardens, which is nothing other than a mere superficial property barrier, in addition to what is stalking with the LAPD, who's on cameras flying in circles over your property. So I do not want you to think that you are outside of the bounds of going to federal prison, or that I don't know who you, like I said, you're engaging in what is conduct that is totally beyond anything that you should have ever been caught doing. And the fact that you continue doing it on camera, okay, while you're engaging in surveillance, everyone should be fearful of federal prison. And that's all I'm going to say to the third parties at Silverview Townhomes. The entire property, all 35 units, engaging in ceaseless surveillance with actors such as Amazon Prime, the demons that come onto the property, acting with impunity. And that's on the account of all of the people of the state that are going to federal prison at Alvarado Gardens. You know that they're demons and that they're engaged in surveillance because a fake sun is beaming through the windows of the Paul Bryan Library, the library that I arrived at before 10 o'clock in the morning on this day in 2022. It remains at that library, which you will see in images, and the fake sun is beaming through that window just like you see it beaming through my window here, which has nothing to do with engineered light, not sunlight, that's arriving on my ceiling, creating multiple shadows, and then demons such as employees of Amazon Prime thinking that you will under any circumstances be seen as anything more than a demon-possessed, obsessive, Satan-serving terrorist, because that's exactly what you are. Okay? While collecting a paycheck is nothing other than civil recovery from the terrorist Amazon Prime. All right? It is currently, again, 5:47 p.m. This is P.O.C.